Hello, my name is John Gebara, and this is my technical presentation on full stack development for Capstone 2. So I would like to start off by defining a full stack developer or full stack development, and they are experts in both front end and back end, so the full stack of technology that makes up a website. They're proficient in both front end and back end languages and frameworks, as well as in server, network, and hosting environments. To get to this depth of knowledge, most full stack developers will have spent many years working in a variety of different roles. They also tend to be well versed in both business logic and user experience, meaning they are not only equipped to get hands-on, but can also guide and consult on strategy too. So I would like to continue this definition by defining the layers of a standard web application. We have the presentation layer, business layer, and database layer. So for the presentation layer, it is mostly concerned with delivering the information to the user, commonly through a UI, and this can be used through HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. We have our business layer, which is mainly concerned more about data and the data validation, the dynamic content processing, and the generating the content to be delivered to the user, which is most commonly done through Node, Ruby, Python, Java, C++, or PHP. And then we have the database layer, which is concerned with how we store and interact with the data, typically in the form of a database. And we can access this data through an API. And as we can see in the diagram to the right, we have our front end, which is a presentation layer, back end, which is a business layer, and additional skills, which is a database layer, which essentially all comes together to make a full stack developer. So I would also like to define the front end, which is also known as the client side. It is the visible part of the website or web application which is responsible for the user experience. The user directly interacts with the front end portion of the web application or website. Moving on, we can now define the back end, which is the server side. It refers to the server side development of a web application or website with a primary focus on how the website works. It is responsible for managing the database through queries and APIs by client-side commands. As we can see here is a comprehensive list of most well-known front-end languages and back-end languages, with the most commonly used languages in bold. For front-end, we have HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, W3.CSS, JavaScript, HTML DOM, JSON, XML, jQuery, React. And for backend, we have PHP, ASP, C++, C#, Java, Python, Node.js, Express.js, Ruby, REST, Go, SQL, and MongoDB. And for some popular stacks that you may see in industry, we have the Mean stack, we have the Mern stack, the Django stack, Rails or Ruby on Rails, LAMP stack, or LEMP stack. For the Mean, Mern, LAMP, and LEMP stack, they get their names from the languages used within them. So for Mean, for example, we have M for MongoDB, E for Express, A for AngularJS, and N for Node.js. Some additional skills for a full stack developer would be to be able to program a browser using JavaScript, jQuery, Angular, or Vue, program a server using PHP, ASP, Python, and Node, and program a database using SQL, SQLite, or MongoDB. Some advantages of being a full stack developer is that you can master all the techniques involved in the development project. You can prototype very rapidly, help all other team members, reduce the cost of a project, reduce the time used for team communication, switch between front-end and back-end development based on requirements, and better understand all aspects of new and upcoming technologies. As you can see in the diagram, we have learned a few of these, such as design, agile, front-end, back-end, and databases throughout our time at ASU, given that we may or may not have taken most of these classes. And as we can see by the diagram, all these skills come together to make a full stack developer. Some facts about full stack development is that the origin of full stack development goes as far back as June 3rd, 2008. There are 710 coding languages around the world. Full stack development is one of the most in-demand jobs in the past years. And moving on that fact, we can see that the average salary is $108,774, with an average of 4,100 annual bonus, and the map indicates where full stack developers may or may not earn more within the United States. And obviously this salary fluctuates with time or as input changes, but this was around the ballpark for what I found. And here are my sources that I used. Thank you for your time and consideration, and I will apply all of this knowledge towards Capstone 2 and the rest of my career. Have a beautiful day.